Hey guys, so this isn't a normal video. I'm not recording on my normal camera, I'm not editing, I'm not really doing anything. Basically, I feel like I haven't told you something that I probably should have told everyone a long time ago. Okay. Basically, up until 6-7 months ago, I wasn't called Drew. I wasn't Drew, I'm not me, I didn't exist. I guess that's how I could explain it. Before then, I was Andy. I was Andrew and Andy, and I didn't, at the time I didn't mind. I started my YouTube account 2 years ago. I didn't put up a video for a year, and when I started the account I just thought Drew was a nice name. I can change my name to Drew because I changed it to Andy when my parents decided to call me Andy when they called me Andrew originally. I just thought, you know, there you go, nothing special. And it wasn't special, it really wasn't. People called me Andy up until 6 months ago, 7 months ago, until Summer in the City. And this is something I touched on very briefly in my Draw My Life video. When I got back from the first day on Summer in the City, I got out of the station and my mum pulled up in a different car, and I didn't really see, and she got out of the car and she pulled me over to the edge, and I said, "Mum, why are you in a different car?" And she said, "This is what I need to speak to you about. I need you to come over here." And I was thinking, oh God, what have I done? Have I done something bad? Like, why does it involve a car? And then my mum told me that she was breaking up with my dad. And this was really difficult because, like, straight away I was just, what's happening? This doesn't happen. This is me. This doesn't happen to me. You know, it happens to other people. Why is this happening to me? And then my mum said, "And I found someone else, and I've fallen in love with him, and he's picking us up." And I'll cut this bit short, but I was heartbroken. I didn't really know what to do, and the reason I was so heartbroken compared to a normal person was because my dad is 72. That's quite a shock to some people. My dad is 72 and my mum is 46, and this is why I was so upset, because my mum has split up with my dad. My mum can go off and have another, the rest of her life. She can have the other half of her life to deal with. My dad is going towards the end, and he has no one. My mum doesn't like him anymore, and I hardly ever speak to him anymore. He gets moody a lot, and he doesn't have anyone anymore. My mum has just gone off with someone else. She can do what she wants. She can live her life. My dad, however, he doesn't. He is towards the end, and he's at the end of his life with no one. And that completely just, you know, it made me feel so bad, and it made me so sad that I actually pretty much locked myself in my room for weeks at a time. I just went to school, didn't say anything, came home, just went into my room and just blocked everything else out from reality. And I thought, you know, what can I do to make this not happen to me? This can't happen to me. I've got to change something. And the only thing I could think of was, I'm Drew. I don't have to be Andy. I don't have to be in this life. I don't have to worry about this. I can be Drew. Drew didn't have the best day of his life ruined. Andy did. I don't have to be him. So I did. I encouraged people to call me Drew, and they do. And I realised I could because of Summer in the City, because so many people called me Drew, and people always come around my house after YouTube things, and my parents call me Andy, and they look at me and think, who's Andy? Why does your parents keep on calling you Andy? And I when my parents call me Andy, I don't listen anymore. I just listen to the bit they say afterwards. I don't want to be reminded of it. Whenever anyone calls me Andy, it reminds me, and I just block it out. And it actually really upsets me, because whenever someone calls me Andy, I remember that day. I remember the best day of my life, and I remember how destroyed I got afterwards, and it's not very nice. And I just thought, you know, I can have a different life. I can change things, like when people commit crimes and get away with it, they change their names and things, and they then have a happy life. I thought, you know, I'll just do the equivalent. I'll change who I am as a person. I'll be this Drew character that I am on the internet, and I am like pretty much exactly how I am in my videos now, whereas back before then I probably wasn't. And people always tell me, oh, Andy, you've changed so much, especially since starting your YouTube. I haven't changed. I'm just a different person. So when people make jokes about Andy, like people do it in my broadcast, I leave because I don't want to be reminded of it, so I just go away. I don't like people mentioning it to me. Like, if you watch this, don't mention this video to me, because I don't like anything to do with that life. Like, sure, I had good times in it, but that was one of the most devastating things for me. And this is why I get so annoyed at people. Sure, you may think, oh, it's just a name, but you're not me. You don't know how I feel, and that's just how it goes, I guess. So, sorry for not putting up a video for quite a while. I've been wanting to put up this video, and I hope I guess I just hope you're not okay with this, because of course you're okay with it. You've always known me as Drew, but I